Good morning all, it's Ace here from Romeo Custom Catapults. Well, I say good morning, it's morning here in the sunny Warwickshire, but it might not be where you are. So, in front of me I'm laughing because I don't know if to laugh or cry about this build. Every now and again, I've said that before on videos, you get a build that just causes you difficulty. It just wants to cause you pain, mental pain. Sometimes them builds, they start as difficult builds. Some of them can be even easy builds and they just don't go right. Do you know what I mean? But this build, I knew from the start, was going to be a bitch. Now, it's a 7-layer build, 4 layers carbon, and 3 layers 0.5 mil copper. So we're talking 13.5 mil all over, are we? Yeah. Now, the 2 central layers of carbon are straight line carbon. The outer one's a wavy edge. I mix the carbon up because I think it gives it a better depth. I prefer it. Now, it's TTF Utahraptor, 62 across here. The tips were supposed to be 25, but with various things that's happened on this build, they've dropped slightly. They're closer 24, I'm not going to lie, they're closer 24. I don't think it'll be a big deal to the customer. I'm hoping not. Outer width 90. I shrunk the outer width from 90 down to about 89 and a bit, just to allow for the optic. Bear in mind, if you have especially on a TTF, it matters more than an OTT. If you have got 90 mil, like requested, and then an optic, you're actually aiming off a 91. Your bands are at 90, but you're putting the optic on the target. The chances are it might drop low. Well, if a millimetre makes a big difference, I'm soon to write a piece for Slingshot World about dimensions and what makes a difference and whatnot. I've kind of had a bit of a turnaround on it, but that's for another time. I might actually do a YouTube video about it instead of writing it. Anyway, the optic sits at 90, so when you put the optic on the target, your bands are probably at 89 and a bit, your optic's at 90. It levels out. If you understand my logic, it levels out. Copper pins, brass lanyard, copper lanyard pin, it was carbon fibre lanyard pin lined. Now this build, oh my god, the hassle of shaping it up, delaminations, drilling it, delaminations. It's been an absolute nightmare, but I've got it in the end. I mean, I could have very easily, like, if it had went the wrong way, it might have had to have been scrapped. But lucky enough, well, we've got a build here that's caused me a lot of pain, but at the same time, I've been lucky in ways with it. I've managed to get it very nice. Look, and this build is as good as it would ever be, apart from the tips dropping in size a tiny. The finish is fantastic. The metal's fantastic. I've recovered in fantastic ways on this build. But it's tested my patience. It's been a build where I haven't been able to give it my full time all the time. I mean, drilling it took hours, and just silly little bits and bobs just took hours and hours and hours. I couldn't work on this build for very long at a time at all without it frustrating me. So I done little bits here and there and made sure what I did, the small times I spent on it, half an hour here and there, it was done right. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't shape it all in one go because the metal was overheating, it was getting hot. You know what I mean? You couldn't risk delaminations. Everything about this build just took me time. But it's done and I'm happy. And a big thank you to the customer because he's been more than patient with me with this build. But there was no other option with it. I wasn't about to rush into it. It looks simple enough for just a 7-layer build, but anyone that works with metal knows they're a nightmare. The weight's beautiful. The look of the build's beautiful. It's a picture of class. Let's be honest. It's a beautiful build. The 3-layer metal just trumps the 2-layer. I'm really, really happy with it. I've also learned a lot from this build. There's techniques I can now use in using metal liners, and I can reduce a lot of stress for myself. I won't go into what those measures are, but I've since done it on another metal build, what I'm doing. And yeah, there's measures I can take that will reduce my stress massively, even going down to the lanyard bead. So yeah, and those measures that I'll be taking, they're not exactly rocket science. They're things I knew in the first place, but just things I didn't bother doing. Do you know what I mean? I didn't bother doing them, and it's caused me hassle. So now I've completely changed around. So yeah, I'm doing it different. But my God, am I pleased to see the back of it, and I hope the customer will be pleased to get it, because it is very nice. I just thought I'd go in quiet, show you what's what. Yeah. Very nice build. I don't want to do another like that. No more triple metal liners. No way. But that said, with new techniques, it would become a little bit easier what I'm going to do with them now. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you all that one. It's a nice build, looks good. And I am celebrating today that that one is out the door. Cheers all, and thanks for watching.